Hey guys, so I don't know, we're doing this again and again and again and again. I keep getting stuff that just piles up, so it's like, well, it's time to show it off again. Some of this stuff, like usual, is going to get a review. Some of it's not, some of it's old, some of it's new, some of it's slightly old, some of it's slightly new. I know I'm kind of slacking on reviews lately. I've just had a crazy week. Work has been a bit of a mess, and it's just haven't had the time. So I'm trying to get not so backed up with all these toys, but it's not possible apparently. So let's start. I don't know. Let's just pick something. Go random. So this is the most recent thing. Very recent today. The newest addition to the Power Rangers Legacy line. We've got the red Dino Thunder figure. I got him off Amazon, and he shipped yesterday. Got here today. Pretty interested in him. I mean, I like the blue one. He was kind of janky because he was warped out of the package, but the figure itself was cool. Pretty good. And I like the costumes for Dino Thunder. I'm really looking forward to getting black and white. I don't know when that's happening. It's going to be maybe the next wave or something like that. So yeah, we've got a new Legacy Ranger figure. He's probably going to get a review. It's basically the same figure as Blue, but with a different head. So we'll see. Probably, but maybe not. It's okay, I'm sure. We'll go something slightly new, but not really new. Another clearance Transformer, so I found this guy at Walmart. We've got Titan's Return, Titan Master Grax, and Skull Smasher. So the only reason I picked this up is, well, not just because he was $7. $7 is alright, but because he turns into an alligator, so, you know, why not? I don't know if I'm going to review him, let me get that word out, or not. Maybe. I've got a ton of Transformers to review right now. I've got all of the little guys from Power of the Primes. I've got the 2 Dinobots. I've got the 2 leaders. And I've got more Transformers down here. So I'm digging myself into a hole, apparently. We're going to go relatively old. What is this? This is 92. Vintage Hasbro, but not what you think at all. If you check my Instagram out, you've already seen this guy because I got him the day after I did the last haul video where I had, what were they? What are those old figures that I did? The Addams Family figures, they're right behind me. But I got this guy, so this is a Battle Troll. I don't know. I remember these guys from when I was a kid, and I saw this this guy carded. They've got really cool card art. I like the look. The thing's huge. You know, it's pretty big. It's not exactly mint on card. The card is kind of beat up, but you know, it's a little bit of a charm for me. I'm not buying this because I want, you know, 100% perfect toys, but he's like a little Frankenstein troll. You know, there's a whole bunch of other ones on here as well. There's like a policeman, there's a robot, there's a knight, there's Roadhog troll, whatever the hell that is. Super troll. So I don't know. I might get a couple more of these just to stash somewhere for a rainy day, I guess. Let's see, some loose stuff. So before we go to the other carded things still. So my brother was at my parents' house, and this is, you know, another instance where I've found toys that I didn't know that I still owned, or I didn't know where they were. So my brother was at our parents' house digging through my toys to find things that he wanted to take home for himself without telling me. And he came across some things that he did end up taking, which I didn't really care about, but he came across some stuff that he left in a bag for me to discover. So we've got a 2000X series Orko figure, which I don't know if he's complete or not. I feel like he's missing something. But I dig this Orko look. It's kind of cool. We've got a Thundercats Snarf, but this isn't the vintage toy Snarf. It's like a pencil topper almost, but it's not really big enough to, or small enough to hold to fit on a pencil really. I'm not really sure what it is. I haven't paid a lot of attention to it to know for sure, but it's definitely not the standard LJN Tmnt Thundercat Companions line of figures, which is right there. So this is something different. He's smaller than the actual toy. This is apparently something that I've owned since the 80s, though, according to my mom. Who knows? And then these guys, which I had no idea that I still owned. I really don't know where he found them in the house. But we've got the old Toy Biz Hulk Classics line. So this is, you know, what is it, pre-Marvel Legends, right? They didn't run concurrently. This is kind of before Legends, if I recall. So we've got the Joe Fixit, the gray Hulk with the Tommy gun. There's something kind of weird about him. He's kind of breaking down almost. He feels kind of gummy. I'm gonna have to play around with him, assuming I don't just box him up. I'm not sure I really want this guy on the shelf. and then he's got somehow his fingers became blue. I'm not sure what he was up against, but his gloves are blue. These figures, though, kind of go back to a different time. This was a different era in action figures, because these things, for the time in particular, were pretty wild, and I was all about them. I know I found some other Spider-Man classics as well that I've got. I think they're still at my mom's house, my parents' house. So we've got the Joe Fix-It. I didn't buy all of these, but I do have a few. This is the Gamma Crush or Gamma something Hulk, and he comes with a Bruce Banner. He's like an anime-inspired Bruce Banner, though. But yeah, I mean, these guys have like crazy articulation. They've got articulated fingers and thumbs and just articulation all over, but they do have kind of like action features as well. But they've got articulated toes, and they're big too. So I don't know, I just think they're really cool. The sculpts on them were crazy. This is when they went like all out on everything, really. So we've got that Hulk. We've got maybe my favorite, but only by a little, the Mecha Hulk. And he's got a little dude inside here. This might be some sort of leader. I don't know. I don't really know what this is from, some sort of alternate Hulk maybe, but the paintwork on this guy is just obscene. It's crazy. And I just popped his chest plate off. But he's got firing little missiles. I think one of them might be missing. Nope. Okay, so there's 2 missiles in there. And they just pop out of the chest. But this thing, it's like a Hulk Terminator, basically. Now I'm never going to be able to get this back together. But, you know, again, same thing. He has multiple articulated digits on the fingers. So we've got articulated knuckles at 2 places. It's crazy what they did. And these things, you know, weren't all that expensive either. But just the sculpt and everything about this guy. I mean, he's a big dude. I mean, it's about as big as my head. So yeah, he's pretty cool. So like I said, he might be my favorite just in general, but I really like this one. So we've got the War Hulk. He's got a mask. I don't particularly care for the face sculpt underneath that, but he's pretty cool. His action feature still works a little bit. Well, the action feature is not to drop the sword. But again, he's got, you know, articulated fingers. He's got tons of like dry brushing and paintwork all over him. It's wild. So these things came out, what, early 2000s, I think? I remember buying these when I worked at Target in high school, if that tells you anything there. But I think he just looks incredibly cool. Again, I don't know if these are going to go on my shelf. I'm not sure they're the most stable toys. They feel kind of loosey-goosey. I might, you know, figure out how to tighten up those joints, maybe with some of that floor polish. That seems to work. I've done it in the past. It works. But this figure is just wild. You got that cool tendril thing going on there. Yeah. So we've got other box stuff, Transformers again. So again, digging myself into a hole. We've got the new Power of the Prime Starscream. So this is a Voyager class. He looks kind of cool, but he also looks kind of cartoony in the box. Something about him looks kind of weird, but I'm interested. You know, like I said, I'm still doing the casual Transformer thing, at least for now. I'm sure something's going to come along to make me stop buying these. I can't dump all my money into Transformers. That's just not going to happen. But yeah, so Starscream. And then I found this guy on clearance at Walmart. Titans Return Astro Train with Dark Moon that is a Titan Master. So he looks pretty cool. I like Astro Train. He has got an interesting alt mode. He's got kind of like a space train or something there. I don't know. Looks kind of weird. Apparently it's fetches a decent price on the aftermarket from what I checked. I'm not planning on selling him. But I got him for less than 50% of retail. I'm not sure he was even meant to be there. He was just sort of randomly in an aisle. And then last thing is another vintage piece. It was mostly a thing that I found that I still have, but I finally found all of the parts for him. So I've made the... If you follow me on anything, you know, Twitter, I've started doing the Twitter thing just to get some more cross promotion out there. You gotta diversify. But I posted on there that I was cleaning up and trying to get things moved around in the various toy annexes in this house, and I opened up my old TMNT toy chest, and it was the old branded toy chest, the one that has the 4 sides with turtles on them and then the turtles on the top. And I had gone through these a long time ago to actually try to organize them, because I was huge into TMNT as a kid. It was my thing after Thundercats for sure. After Motu, after Thundercats, Ninja Turtles was my thing. I mean, I've got almost all of them. There are a few I don't have, like I don't have Scratch, for example. I was done. I was too old at the time. So I do have this guy, and I managed to find all the pieces for him. I've been looking for him forever, and I just happened to find them finally. So we've got a complete half court here with what is it? His name is Ruff the Ref. I was looking for this guy, but I was looking for the ball. I've had the shield and the backboard on him for a long time, and the gun I've had in a bag with him, but the ball I just assumed was missing, and same with this guy, and I didn't want to buy accessories extra. I hate doing that if I don't have to. I knew they were somewhere, because if anything, I kept my TMNT stuff in the same spot for pretty much my entire life. It was just a matter of figuring out where everything is. It's a mess. It still is a mess. I claim to have cleaned them up at one point, but they definitely aren't, and I'm thinking about getting them out, maybe displaying them somewhere, maybe in my office, maybe. So yeah, we've got a complete half court here. This just shows, I mean, this is goofy stuff for, even for TMNT, this is goofy. I mean, it gets goofier than this, but this was my thing. I love these figures. I think they're fantastic. I think he is really cool. You know me, I like, well, you know me if you see my videos. Yeah, I like the goofy stuff when it comes to vintage things, and he is no exception. So yeah, we've got, I don't know, a decent spread this time. Some Battle Trolls. Everybody likes Battle Trolls. Transformers, Power Rangers, Hulk, Motu. Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't have many of these guys, but oddly enough, I did not really buy into the 2000X stuff, and I'm kind of glad. I didn't really care for it. I like the show, but the toys never did it for me. So yeah, we got some TMNT. So there might be some more TMNT stuff popping up. If I can actually get them all together, you know, maybe do a video of, I don't know, some old stuff. I've been toying with the idea of doing some vintage reviews, or just like some vintage look backs maybe, just to take a look at stuff. You know, I don't have to go through the ins and outs. Like, no one really needs to know how many points of articulation Halfcourt has. But if you are interested, he has jointed elbows. That's interesting for a TMNT figure at the very least, so he can dribble that ball. So yeah, that's enough rambling for this video. You know, just some stuff to look at. I'll be back very soon with reviews. Let me know what you guys think about any and all of this stuff, or if you are interested in some vintage look back / review type things. Catch you later.